perception is your reality. So we've discussed this one before, but I always think it's a fascinating concept, that how you perceive the world is how it transpires, how it undertakes, how it shows up for you. You know, we spoke about this yesterday, that if you tell yourself today is going to be the greatest fucking day of your life, then that's what's going to happen, because your brain is going to search out things to validate your experience, to validate what you believe to be true. So it's going to go looking for it. So the things that we put out, whether you want to believe in the universe or just, you know, your brain function, whatever it might be, what you put out is what you'll get back. So if you're saying, you know, nothing ever works out for me, everything always goes wrong, your brain's going to look for ways to validate that and confirm that as a statement. On the flip side, if you keep telling your brain that this is the greatest day ever, everything always works in my favor, no matter what, it works out for me, all that kind of stuff, your brain is going to find examples, opportunities, things like this to validate it. But how you perceive a situation also affects a situation. And it's why people can go to the same movie and have different experiences. It's why people can go through the same experience and come out very different people. It's like the two sons who had an alcoholic father. And one son has never touched a drop of alcohol in his life, and the other son is also an alcoholic father. And when you ask them why, the answer is the same: because my dad was an alcoholic. But same answer, different outcomes. So your perception is your reality, and how we perceive certain situations, therefore how we respond to certain situations, all these kinds of things. And I had a moment with it yesterday. I took my kids to the park, and I was just popping their shoes back in the car, walking past, and suddenly this frantic woman comes up to me and she goes, are you afraid of lizards? And I was like, no, not particularly, but why? What's up? She's like, there's a giant lizard in my car. Would you be able to get it out? And I was like, in your car? Why in the world is it in your car? She's like, I don't know how it got in there, but can you? And I was like, yeah, sure, just let me go grab my kids out of the playground and I'll sort this out for you. No dramas. So I grabbed the kids, they're standing there and they're like, Daddy, what are you doing? And I was like, apparently there's a lizard. Let's go find out. So she shows me where it is, reach in, pull it out, and it's a tiny little baby blue tongue. It was fucking adorable. And she's like, oh my God. And my kids are like, oh my God. Same experience, different perception. My kids want to hold it. They want to pat it. They want to take it home as a pet. Her kids are having meltdowns and like, fucking look at the size of that thing. And I'm like, it's cute. They're like, does it bite? And I was like, well, if it gets bigger, yes. But at the moment it seems too small and it doesn't seem too inclined to bite me. But same experience, different perception. And this is how so much of our life is run, is how we choose to perceive scenarios will often then dictate what transpires post it. You know, if something bad happens or, you know, something goes wrong, a lot of people choose to go, oh, fuck, that's just my luck. That's my perception of life. Like, everything always just goes wrong. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it go wrong? Or you can choose to perceive it as, oh, look, an opportunity for growth. Oh, an opportunity to test my willpower or test my dedication or determination or whatever it might be. You have, at every moment, the opportunity to change your perception on how things go. It comes back to that Jocko Willink one, that whatever the situation is, his answer is always good. And I think about that one a lot, and I love it. And even for someone like me who likes to put the positive spin on it, I'm like, this is the next fucking level on that shit. That no matter what the situation, the answer is good. Because it will provide some benefit somewhere if you are willing to find it. If you are willing to analyze it, if you are willing to look into it and shift your perception on it, to shift how you show up with that, you know? And the more you can create this concept of everything happens for you, everything happens for a reason, everything has a purpose in your life, I think the happier you'll be. And even if that is the only thing that you gain from it, even if you gain nothing else from that, just the fact that you will be happier and utilizing that and channeling that into something will make your life better. I think there's way more from it. I think there's way deeper things. I do believe in the universe. I do believe in, law of attraction and guidance and all that kind of stuff. But I think if nothing else, if fucking nothing else, you'll just have a happier life. And that in itself is worth the price of admission. And you'll get over things faster. You'll progress into the next thing. We've spoken before that the definition of discipline and focus is the ability to take setbacks and then instantly progress forward again. Is to have a setback and how long it takes you between setback to continue doing the work. And when you have reached the highest level, there is no change. You have the setback, you have the failure, things go wrong, whatever the fuck it is. And then you just keep doing the work and you just keep progressing forward and you keep doing the things that are required. That's how you know you've reached a point of discipline. That's how you know you've reached a point of mental resilience and fortitude. Because it doesn't mean it doesn't suck, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, but you just continue moving forward. But then you can, as I said, you take the perception, you take the reality, you shift how it feels about it, you shift it to being, well, what is this trying to teach me? What is the opportunity in this situation? And I had a moment with a friend recently and I was very fucking proud of her, incredibly proud of her. She was at a Strong Woman event and she went to do one of the things and she's ended up blowing a knee. Ruptured ACL, torn meniscus, broke her tibia. Like, she did it fucking properly. Like, she didn't half-ass this injury. She's done it fucking properly. And understandably, for the first few days there, she was fucking devastated. Tears, super emotional. Why'd this happen for me? She was about to go on a holiday. She's about to move. She's about to move into a next chapter of her life. Like all this kind of stuff. And just like that, it's all been cut short. It's all been ended. She's going to have to go to rehab. Like, she was competing in powerlifting. She was competing in Strong Woman. Like all this kind of stuff. And with one moment, it's all just disappeared. And we were having discussions about it and like, what's next and all that kind of stuff. And she's like, I'm really just trying to sit in it and trying to work out what was the purpose of this. What did I need to learn from this? And she came to me the other day and she was like, I've worked it out. It's that I needed to slow down. I needed to slow down to go faster. That I said that I was going to do this stuff with my business and I haven't fucking done it. So this is forcing me to stop. This is forcing me to hit the brakes and actually get it all done. And I was like, there it is. There's that moment. There's the thing that's going to change it for you. There's that thing that's going to shift it for the better. And I'm so proud of her for it. I'm so fucking proud of her for it. Because, especially in the wake of an injury, been there, I've done that many times, more times than I'm care to admit. It's really, really fucking easy to just go into this spiral. It's really fucking easy to be like, well, this is shit. Or you can turn it into a teaching moment, or you can turn it into something beneficial, or you can look at it and go, what do I need to take from this situation? What can I learn from this? Because, as I said, perception is reality. You can turn it into, woe is me. Oh, my life is over. Like, why does this always happen to me? This kind of stuff. Or you can use it as an opportunity to get stronger, to refocus, to redefine, to figure out what's actually required and needed. And she's doing that. And I think that's where you've got to take it. That, as I said, even if you do nothing else but make yourself happier with it, every setback, every moment, every opportunity, well, everything that arises is an opportunity to go do something better, to improve your life, to use it as a learning curve or something that you could do better, be better, live better. So take on those opportunities to have that reality, to do what is required. And look, like all these things, in theory, it's very simple. Just choose the positive outcome of it. Don't let negative things weigh you down. Don't let the bad things that happen in your life derail you from stuff. It's really easy for me to sit here and say that. The practical application of it is a little bit more difficult. Just a fraction. Just a little bit. But it's fucking worth it. And I have often wondered, and it is one that I still do wonder, that people are like, oh, that's really hard to do. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's not just a walk in the park. It takes a conscious choice. It takes definitive decision. It takes doing the work. It takes all that kind of stuff. But we aren't here to just exist and just like pass through life without any contribution, to just like let it roll as it's going to roll. We're here to participate. We're here to make choices. We're here to do what is required to have the life that we want. But so many of us just want to be like, well, that's it. That's all it is. My thoughts are my thoughts. What happens, happens. My life is my life, and therefore it is. Well, no, we are in control. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts, your actions, and your habits. You're in control. So if you aren't happy with your reality, change those three things. As I said, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be fucking worth it. We weren't here to just sit on the sidelines and watch our life pass by like a movie. We're here to participate. We're here to dictate. We're here to control. We're here to, make an impact on the outcome of our lives. And the only way that happens is by making definitive fucking choices. By making a choice in those hard moments to not let our subconscious programming just continue to dictate how our life flows. Now, maybe you're one of the lucky few and everything in your life is fucking perfect. Fantastic. Then keep riding that wave. If you haven't done anything, you haven't thought about anything, and it just is, and life is grand, brilliant. As long as you're happy with your life, continue to live it that way. But I have a sneaking suspicion, if you're here, if you're listening to me, that your life isn't. So therefore you need to do something different. We need to show up differently. We need to act differently. We need to, live life fucking differently. Because it's the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and over and again and expecting a different outcome. It isn't going to happen. It isn't going to take place. It's just going to be the same thing again and again and again and again, unless you, and only you, make a cognizant decision. You make a hard, strong decision that things are going to be different, that you're going to live this life differently, that you're going to do something different. That's how you make a change. That's how you show up differently. That's how you get to a place where life is fucking different. Because you made a choice that it was going to be different. That you showed up differently. That in those moments, in the split decisions, in those micro decisions, you decided to choose a different reality. You chose to perceive it in a different light. You chose to, well, fucking show up differently. That's how you make a difference in your life. And I say it all the time, and it's one of my favorite sayings, is the tree falls the way it leans. It's not those one-off decisions. It's not those flash-in-the-pan decisions. It's the little micro decisions that you make on the daily that will make the difference. They're the ones that are going to change the way you show up. They're the ones that are going to change the way your life flows. They're the ones that, well, change everything. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts, your actions, and your habits. You're in fucking control. Lots of people don't like to admit it, but I think that's the greatest thing ever. It means that in every situation you can have a Jocko Willink situation and be like, fucking good. Opportunity for growth, opportunity to do something better, opportunity to be the best version of myself. Fucking good. You get those choices. You get those options. You get those chances. The question is, what the fuck are you going to do with them? That's the question. What are you going to do with the choices laid out in front of you? What are you going to do with the opportunities that you have in front of you? Because every setback is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity for something better. Like I said, if you aren't happy with your reality, fucking change it. And look, if you aren't happy, the first step is probably just changing your perception of it. Simply change your perception of where your reality is. I don't like my current reality. Good. Alright, now what? Oh, well, it's fucking shit and I hate all of it. No, none of that. It's good. But now you change the perception to, well, this is an opportunity to identify the things I do not like. It's an opportunity to focus in on the things I do want out of my life. It's an opportunity to have really clear, strong visuals of the things I am not happy with and to shift them into the things that I am happy with. There are opportunities in the negative. There are opportunities in how you perceive that. But if you continue to just focus on, well, my life's fucking shit and I hate it, well, there's a good chance that you're just going to stay there. You're going to shift the perception, you're going to shift the actions, and you're going to shift the habits in that order, and then you start progressing forward. Now you start progressing into the life that you want. You start progressing into doing the things that you want. But you got to start at the beginning. You got to start with doing the things that are required. Because, yeah, perception is reality. And only you can change it. And it's also, as I said, perception is reality in many different ways, though. Even down to things like, what does your dream life look like? So if your dream life is, a bungalow on a beach with, just enough food to keep you happy, and all you need is what you've got there. The amount of money and things that are required to build your dream life is much, much smaller, and it makes it much, much more achievable. And I wouldn't say settle for anything, but what you need out of these situations changes how you perceive it. So some people might look at that as a poor existence, and you might look at it as the greatest fucking life ever. It has freedom, and it's easy, it's all that kind of stuff. Or on the flip side, if you look at your dream life requires, $10 million a year and the biggest mansion under the sun and multiple holidays and all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. But then you have to recognize what is required to get you to that point. What is required to work-wise and effort and all those kinds of things to get you to that point. And others might look at that and go, that's too much. Who needs that? All that kind of stuff. Again, your perception is your reality. It comes down to what you perceive as you need, perceive as what you want, perceive as what is required, perceived as if it's a sacrifice, a burden, or it's just an opportunity to do what needs to be done to get what you want. How you perceive every situation, from the work to setbacks to sacrifices to all that kind of stuff, will change how you respond to it. And you, my friend, are in control of your perception. You're in control of the actions you take. And your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts, your habits, and your actions. So if you aren't happy with where that is, well, shit, son, it's time to do something different. It's time to show up differently. It's time to take different actions, to have different thoughts, to have different actions, to have different habits. That's how you build the dream life. That's how you build the life that you want. The question is, in this moment, are you willing to do what is required? Because if you are, shoot me a message. Let's get you into chasing greatness daily. Let's start that journey. Let's get you out of this and begin with becoming a man of your word, shifting that perception and start doing the work that is required. So shoot me a message and let's get you into that. If you're not quite there yet, as always, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, if this spoke to you, if you enjoyed it, if you know someone who needs to hear this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. But most importantly, hit subscribe. The majority of people who are watching this, who are listening, who are enjoying this, are not subscribed. And like everything in Chasing Greatness, I am here every single day, leading from the front, leading by example, showing you the way. And I don't want you to miss a single one, because I'll be back again tomorrow. Until then.